Welcome to the We Can Fix Climate Change podcast, where we'll be discussing practical techniques to combat climate change. Join us on our quest towards a better, more sustainable future. In today's episode, we'll cover GM and Stellantis' fuel economy fines, plastic recycling challenges with increasing production, the achievability of Paris Agreement targets, the debt ceiling deal's impact on the clean energy economy transition, PowerX's clean energy tanker, and where to find more climate change-related stories. Subscribe today to stay updated on the latest episodes and explore real solutions on how we can preserve our planet for generations to come.
The New York Times is reporting that General Motors and Stellantis, the company that owns Fiat, Chrysler, and Peugeot, have had to pay a total of $364 million in fuel economy fines. Yeah, that's not small change. GM had to cough up $128 million, while Stellantis had to pay $235 million in fines. So what did they do to deserve such a hefty fine? Well, it turns out both companies were selling light trucks that didn't meet the emissions requirements at the time. And as you know, emissions are a pretty hot topic these days. It's no wonder they had to pay such a high penalty. It's important to note that these companies have been under scrutiny for their vehicle emissions in recent years. And with the increased focus on environmental issues, it's no surprise that they're facing penalties for not following the regulations. Let's hope that this serves as a wake-up call to the auto industry as a whole, and that they take the necessary steps to ensure that their vehicles meet the strict emissions guidelines.
In our newsletter, we featured an article from France 24 called Tackling Plastic Pollution. Plastic pollution is a huge problem that is causing serious environmental consequences. Even though plastic recycling has been viewed as a way out of this mess, it is not quite the silver bullet that we hoped for. In fact, plastic recycling is a wasteful process that leads to the release of microplastics into the environment and consumes a lot of water. Shockingly, most plastic isn't even recycled at all. It is simply incinerated. Despite this reality, plastic production is projected to triple by 2060. It is clear that we need to find other ways to address this issue.
Have you ever felt like our planet's future is doomed due to climate change? Well, the good news is that we can still make a real difference. According to an article by Project Syndicate, the goal set forth by the Paris Agreement to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius is still possible. However, it won't be easy. It will require us to take quick and ambitious action to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. It won't be an easy feat, but it's one that we can achieve if we work together towards a common goal.
NPR published an article titled, How the Debt Ceiling Deal Compromises on the Environment. It dives into the newly reached debt ceiling deal in the United States by Democrats and Republicans. While this may sound like a typical political move, there's a significant environmental impact. Specifically, this deal includes provisions that could compromise environmental regulations, making it harder for us to transition towards a cleaner energy economy. What are these provisions? Well, among them is a reduction in funding for clean energy research and development. This cutback threatens ongoing efforts to tackle climate change, enhance energy efficiency, and bolster renewable energy innovations. With fewer resources, these programs may not be able to keep up with current needs, let alone make progress towards reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Additionally, there's a provision to expedite the approval process for oil and gas drilling permits on public lands. This creates an opportunity for more drilling, which translates to more carbon emissions and pollution in our environment. Overall, the new debt ceiling deal includes measures that could hinder our fight against climate change and harm our environment. It's important to stay informed and advocate for policies that protect our planet and our future.
Hey there, have you heard about the electric clean energy tanker being developed by a Japanese company called PowerX? Electrek published an article titled, This electric tanker will carry 96 batteries across the ocean, transporting clean energy. This innovative vessel will be able to transport up to 96 battery packs, making it perfect for powering offshore wind farms or other renewable energy projects. What's great about this electric tanker is that it can help connect different grids, offshore wind farms, and even islands, all with the use of clean energy. This is especially important in areas where underground cables aren't an ideal option due to seismic activity or deep water, among other factors. By using this electric tanker, regions with abundant renewable energy can share it with those that are less fortunate, creating a more sustainable future for all. Isn't that amazing? Overall, the development of this electric clean energy tanker offers a glimpse into a future where we rely more and more on renewable energy sources, ultimately contributing to a healthier planet.
We are all excited to share with you some of these highlights from our weekly newsletter. If you want to dive deeper and get even more details, plus links to sources that we used for all of our stories, make sure to check out wecanfixclimatechange.substack.com and also visit our website at wecanfixclimatechange.com.
Today's episode covered the fines paid by GM and Stellantis, the challenges with plastic recycling, the achievability of the Paris Agreement targets, the potential risk to the clean energy economy transition due to the debt ceiling deal, PowerX's electric clean energy tanker, and the resources available on our wecanfixclimatechange.substack.com newsletter. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I'll see you at the next one, and don't forget to subscribe.